Okay guys, I dropped a poll today. Let's see how disconnected my opinion is from the rest of the community. First question, we obviously gotta say 500 plus because I'm like that. And then let's go over the superclass buff slash nerf. Paladin, let's see. What do I think about Paladin? I think it should be... it's balanced. I mean, they're gonna nerf an aspect about Paladin in the upcoming patch note. I won't say what it is, but after that, it should be fine. It's a good support. That's what it does. It does its job well. That's it. Berserker, it's still pretty overpowered. I can't lie. I did some testing the other day. I don't know what people were smoking. Yeah, that seems about right. Blade Dancer, the boss might have been a little bit too overpowered. It's actually doing really well in the public lobbies, but I'm just gonna say it's okay because it's the same as Elementalist anyway. Ranger, they nerfed. I think they just nerfed Surprise Shot or something about speed yesterday because I was seeing a lot of people complain about it. So I'll just say give it a tiny buff. Mainly, it needs its masteries rework because it's kind of trash. Without good masteries, it needs better masteries. So that's how you can buff it without changing its stats or whatever. Rogue, that shit is so trash. Aside from loot farming, like if you're trying to do like actual DPS with this, you gotta like use the looter talent and like kill minions for like 5 gazillion hours for 15 times crit damage, and that's just not practical. It needs to be good without that one mastery talent, or it just needs better mastery talents because it's just not good for boss rating. And then assassin, it does kind of low damage, but I do see it like a sub DPS dot type kind of thing. I'd say it's okay. Maybe a little bit buff, but I'd say it's okay. Saint, it's also going to get impacted by a change that's going to be soon. So I'd say, well, it's your only healing class anyway. So there's really no opinion I have about Saint. And then Lancer, it's kind of trash as well. It needs its strike to scale of speed. Same with Ranger. They both need their strikes, their more speed scaling stuff. You could add that and not need to buff its damage too much, and that'll be fine. But it just needs more options because right now you only have like 2 moves that do damage. Impaler, that shit is so ass. Please buff that. Like, even with the current buff, it's still mid because Berserker just does its job better in almost every regard. And then, Monk, it's underpowered. Honestly, totally not biased because I have a patent T5 slot, which is also now useless because of the Connoisseur nerf. Okay, next, Brawler, I think it's pretty good. I mean, if you stack debuffs, get free damage, you run Dark Blood, you stack even more damage, run Shattering, you do even more damage. I mean, it's pretty good actually. But compared to Berserker, I'd say he's a buff. Okay, Dark Wraith. This one is pretty controversial because of the 2 builds. The Arc variant of the build is kind of shit. It's horrible like Necromancer, so that would need a mega buff. But if it was Luck, I'd honestly say it's okay. Like, Luck isn't supposed to do a gazillion damage. It's something more of a supportive role. If it's Luck, then it's balanced. If it's Arcane, it needs a buff. So all I'll say needs a buff. Let's see, Elementalist. Yeah, that's as fine as it is. It's the most balanced class in the game. Nuova said so, and it just feels fun to play because you have so many fucking scrolls. Hexer is still trash. Don't even sugarcoat it. Like, just because you lower the CDs does not mean it's good at all. You need to like make it do more debuffs or add masteries that can bypass enemy debuff immunities or something like that, because otherwise it's just so trash for its role. It doesn't do better job than Assassin or Amoris for even Hex. So, and then Necromancer, we all know this is trash. Come on guys, stop playing. Like, even with that current buff, it doesn't matter how much HP the summons have if it doesn't do damage. Like, okay, if you answer buff nerf to any of the following above lists, some of the most concerning moves and masteries, all of the Ranger masteries that do not change its play style or damage because it is useless, because it is an underwhelming class DPS wise. Next, the other masteries, yes, Necromancer masteries. Necromancer masteries need more adjustments. Only the skeleton one is good. Okay, and then next, what other masteries are kind of shit? Like, the ones that are especially horrible. I'd say Impaler. Impaler just needs better masteries overall. Needs better masteries for everything. Overall, it does no damage. And then next we have, actually Monk needs also more options. Monk needs better options as well. For the exact same reason. 20% more damage on Burning Barrage is still kind of trash, I'm not gonna lie. And then major semi-major bug, bruh, that's the boss softlocks. Boss softlocks, please fix that shit. And then anyways, back to where I was. If I had to give one suggestion for Arcane Lineage, cut down the way of life grinding, and don't repeat the same mistake you did during the Mark incident. Okay, basically the devs fucked up and they kind of knew it was bugged but didn't fix shit. How do you feel about this current state of Arcane Lineage? It is a miserable boss grinding simulator. Please add something that is more entertaining. Your game has potential, but you guys need to actually put in more work, because the current efforts are not enough. Okay, bam, 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 and we're done. That's it, guys. See ya.